What is good, homies? It's Christmas Small Hat Crew, joined today by Heart Pirates TCG.
What's up?
What's up? What's up, young blood?
Bro.
Anyway, this Saturday, Small Hat Global is happening. It is a leader lock tournament. If you're not playing in it, you should probably sign up. You can only use cards that share your leader's tags. It was a won by a purple Kaido in OP07.
No, that player was actually really good though. So
I think that player is so ass. Bro, you know, it's funny too. After you won it, I was like, that was the best case scenario for me.
It really was. It really was.
So, start sending you in as like a fucking mole.
Yeah, I'm like a fucking secret operative, just like killing everyone in the tournament and getting paid like barely anything for it.
If you've ever had any beef with Joey, that would probably be your time to put him in his place, right?
It's not gonna happen, bro. You guys can't take me down, bro. Many have tried, many have failed.
So obviously a ban list just dropped. I have a couple topics I want to cover regarding it and all that. A lot of it comes from like my comment section after I uploaded my video. A lot of people saying a lot of takes are bad or whatever, and then the fucking ban list drops, and I mean, who was right in the end? My prediction is that I think Red Purple Law gets banned. I think Enies Lobby gets banned alongside Red Purple Law. And then I think that if you do those, you do have to do something to keep y'all in check, but I don't think Bandai will. So that's where my predictions end.
That actually was the most accurate I've ever seen someone. Like, that was pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
I predicted the 2 cards, and I knew that I said that I said I knew as if I had inside information, right? And then I also said Law was gonna be, bro, Bandai would never let me work. Bandai, I guarantee you Bandai fucking hates me.
Same with me, bro. I'm always complaining about Bandai.
Yeah, and also said that Law, when he got eroded, he would only be able to play Heart Pirates. Anyway, there's a lot of different things that I want to address in this video, so that's what we're doing here today. What are your first impressions on the list, Joey? Anything that you disagree with or anything like that?
Yeah, how do you feel? I think it's smart. I was watching your video with the Sun Pirates, and I think that banning multiple cards, especially across different colors, to deal with a leader is probably not the best option. So that's why I can understand Sakazuki being banned, because they didn't want to ban like a bunch of other cards, you know, like Houndblaze, Rebecca, Gecko, things like that.
Yeah.
So I was hoping they would do the same thing with Red Purple Law. I legit think Red Purple Law is just a better version of Sakazuki in terms of like its utility. I forgot who said this on Twitter. I saw this on Twitter, but they were saying that Red Purple Law was just Sakazuki in terms of its toolbox, its ability to basically have an answer for everything. Yeah. But it's like way more aggro, which ends the game fast. It ends the game faster, which is a problem, right?
A Sakazuki that could cheat out a Kid Killer for free, you know, I think is, bro. Yeah. I think that's where a lot of the problem comes from. I'm not gonna lie. So the list, I'm actually satisfied with it, because like if you guys watched my video, you already knew that those were the 2 cards I wanted hit. I also wanted other stuff hit, but like you guys know how I feel about Bandai. I never think they're like competent enough to hit the right stuff beyond that. So like I said that I felt that they should hit Enies Lobby. They should hit Saka. Hit him again. Hit him again.
How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
I said that I think they should also hit Red Purple Law Leader. And because if you do stuff like that, then I think you have to also address Yellow. But I didn't think that Bandai would.
No, I knew they weren't gonna do shit with Yellow, bro.
So
they weren't touching that.
They weren't touching Yellow. That's why I stopped my prediction there. I was like, just those 2 cards. Because the way I look at it is, those are 2 of the cards that keep a Null in check. I think if you ever remove like the things that do keep a Null in check, then he runs rampant. I don't even think that's the problem though. If we ever find ourselves in a meta where like a Null is like, I don't know, best deck, then Enel's not actually best deck, because then Nami becomes a problem, because Enel is too slow to beat Nami. So
well, that's literally what I said in my video too, is all of the decks that Red Purple Law hurt, they get better, but none of them can beat Nami. So there's like 2 decks that can beat Nami now, and they're both blue. Like low-key, Reiju becomes like one of the best decks in the game right now.
I like the most brain dead take in my comment section, where they're like, and I knew it was gonna be brain dead from the first 4 words, because it led with, as a Nami player. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah. I don't want to listen to a single thing you're saying, bro. Not at all.
Bro. And bro, I don't know, bro. Nami. So I swear, Nami players, hear me out. My least favorite players in the community, it's not specifically Nami players, it's Nami players that downplay their deck. I hate them so much.
Oh my god, yes, dude.
I hate them
Holy
so
shit,
much.
that's so accurate.
Bro.
That's so accurate, dude. Yes.
Literally, like, cause their argument every time is like, everybody just needs to learn how to play the match. It's like, it's not that hard, bro.
It's not that hard, bro. I'm literally attacking, bro. Bro, did I tell you this? Let me. Can I tell you a quick story?
Okay.
I was at locals. With Black Yell Luffy, and by like the 5th turn of the game, I had like a full board of 7, 8, or 9k attacks. I had like Ace, Luffy, Gecko, and like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Bro, for the entire game, I attacked 9 to 11k 5 times a turn and still lost. Like, what can you do, bro? There's nothing.
It's literally though. They're like,
I wasn't even attacking until I had a bunch of attacks too, which is like what you should be doing.
Literally, because it's like Nami, as I said in my like previous video, Nami's a knowledge check. So you have to first know what you need to do to win the matchup, but then it becomes a matter of, is your deck capable of doing that?
Yeah, literally, can you do it?
Bro, usually I feel like that argument may have like held up like a set or two ago. Nami's gotten too fast. It just doesn't apply anymore. Like literally, I could be playing Gecko Moria. I could play Gecko, play Hogback, pick up my next Gecko for next turn, play another Gecko. I play like Isho beforehand, rip 2 cards out the hand and all that. I have like 3 9k bodies on the board. I'm only swinging with my leader ability. Yeah. I'm only swinging with my So first of all, I'm a vanilla leader in the Nami matchup. Outside, because like first turn, if you see the Perona, you can leader ability that first turn, and then you can't swing at Nami for anything less than 9, or else you're just fucking yourself over. So
you're giving them free mills essentially if you do that. Yeah,
literally until I can swing 9k with leader ability, I'm not swinging with my leader. And then, you know, once you do that, you know, it's like to grab the Hogback, to grab the Gecko and all that. And then from there, you're only swinging 9 because the counter events still pull 2 cards out of hand that way, or maybe 10 if you're accounting for White Snake. Like, it's not fucking rocket science. Like, Nami players, like, it is a very easy matchup to understand. It's a matter, though, of, all right, I've did all of this. Have I done it fast enough to have that Nami hasn't decked herself out? Or that she's gonna deck herself out on my turn with Gavel, you know?
I think before we run off on a tangent here, I want to say 2 things. Trevor is exactly right when he was talking about the Nami, how like they can be defensive the whole game and then just play 3 Kaias at the end of the game and just mill their self out. Like that's fucking annoying for sure. But I think the thing that the problem with the ban list is it promotes a type of meta where no one wants to play it. Like no one wants to play against Nami except for like the 5% of the community that doesn't mind playing against it, and then the 5% of the community that plays it. But now there's going to be like 20% of the community playing it, and everyone is going to be miserable playing the whole format, because if they play any deck that's slower, they're just going to lose to anyone griefing on Nami that day.
Bro, so literally.
It's just an annoying meta, and the fact that they addressed the only deck that can like realistically stop it, like semi-consistently, is just crazy to me, bro. Like I cannot believe they did that.
It's crazy because like we're gonna like I guess touch on a few things in this video, because I feel like a lot of these topics just kind of like loop back into each other.
What cards did you want banned or like restricted? Because I'll tell you mine too.
I think I only really wanted one other card to be hit. I think it's like a bias hit though. Is why I didn't expect it to get hit, because for me, I think I wanted Ennie's Lobby, I wanted Law Leader, and I think I wanted maybe Raigo to be restricted in some kind of way. I could see maybe Raigo.
Yeah, I wanted Ace. I wanted Ace to be restricted.
You think Ace?
Yeah, I wanted Ace, Gecko, and then Kaya to be restricted to 1. That way, like, bro, like straight up, bro. I wanted Kaya to either be banned or restricted to 1.
All right.
I would like Kaya to be banned because Blue doesn't need Kaya. The only deck that needs Kaya is fucking Nami. And
that's not true. When I have 5 cards in my hand, I could play Kaya, draw 2, discard 2. My hand's now 4 cards. Bro, my Blurple Crocodile ability's live.
Oh, yeah. It's a small price to pay. As someone that still has the Blurple Croc alt, it's a small price to pay. Bro, but I think Kaya should have been probably banned, and I think, like, maybe, dude, low-key, like, maybe White Snake should be.
So I remember literally in my video, because I think the only blue card I put even above, because I had 4 tiers, and one of them was not like a card's annoying but not problematic, and then there was problematic but not bannable. And in that tier, the only cards I put there that were blue were Nami herself and Whitesnake. And I remember like Colin said he thinks if they were to ever touch Nami, it'd probably be Whitesnake, because I think Whitesnake, if you take Whitesnake out the equation, all of a sudden like that matchup is winnable for black. I think Whitesnake is the biggest offender.
I think it's Whitesnake and Kaya. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Whitesnake is actually, dude, you know what? Fucking Van Pilaf, bro. Fucking Van Pilaf.
Pilaf?
I'm so tired of them having a like a free draw
to out of life. Yeah, oh my God, I figured that's where you're going with that. But so like
if you want to ban something, ban Pilaf, like ban 2 things from Nami or limit 2 things from Nami, because it's just too consistently. Like, any format that has Nami consistently decking out is too toxic, too cancerous, in my opinion.
I think any format where one of the best decks play Solitaire is probably not.
Yeah.
Like, cause like you can't like argue she's like broken or anything like that, but I think for the overall health of the game and the player base enjoying the game, bro, I feel like that is something that definitely needs to be taken into consideration. The list of cards you named though that you want to be hit, I think is a perfect segue into one of the first topics I wanted to address, because it was one that came up repeatedly in my comment section. Wanting Gecko to be either restricted or banned. So I say it all the time whenever I do talk about Gecko, I think Gecko gets banned at some point.
It has to, bro. There's no way.
Guys, even in OPO6, as a Gecko player, I was advocating for Gecko's ban. I do think the reason I've always advocated for it though is because I think because his effect is so generic, it has no restrictions on the leader that can play it. It has no restriction. It's a 8/9 for some reason that plays 6 additional Dawn, so it's a 14 Dawn play, and he has no restriction on the colors that he plays out of the trash. So I think at some point there's just a broken combination that pushes him over the top. I think Black Yellow Luffy's like kind of teetering on that, but I honestly don't think we're there yet, is the thing. So I always say I think you would ban him to future-proof the game, but I think realistically, if we're not future-proofing, if we're just looking right now here in the moment, I think Gecko is fine as a card if you remove Luchi from the equation. In my video, the reason I said I didn't want Gecko, like if Gecko were to be hit, you know, I wouldn't be upset about it or whatever, you know, it'd be literally whatever. It's like probably better off, because I think sooner than later Gecko eventually is broken. He does warrant a ban. I don't think he does right now though, because right now I feel he's only broken in one black deck, and that is Luchi, because Luchi goes Gecko, Rebecca, Spanding, Luchi, and like a Helmeppo, and then he's popping an 8 cost and a 1 cost, and he played a blocker. So I mean, I think that is the one deck where he's broken the most. Black Yellow Luffy is a deck that has bad matchups. I don't think it makes sense to gun for a deck that can lose into like fucking Rogue on Gravity Blade, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't think we should be gunning for like Black Yellow Luffy, because it's like, so if there's only one black deck that is broken with this card, I think it makes more sense to go for the one black deck that is problematic than it is to try to kill all black decks.
Can I stop you for just a second?
Go for it.
The only reason I think you have to ban Gecko, or at least limit him, is because there will be no blue decks that could ever compete other than Solitary Nami.
Solitary Nami right there.
If Gecko exists, bro, you cannot beat it, bro. They not only wipe your entire board or wipe 2 characters off with Gecko, but at the same time play 2 characters with Luchi and then Gecko, and then Blue has to red rocket, and then they keep the other one, bro. Like, you can't beat it if you're playing Blue. Like, there is not a world where Blue is good if Gecko exists. Like, it just doesn't work.
Here's how I look at it. So, okay, so it's like, the namesake, right? Gecko. You look at like Gecko Moria leader, for example, bro. He has the weakest geckos in the game. So if you were to take Gecko from him, I think he dies.
Fucking good though. No, dude, bro.
Bro, the power play. Now that they've been dropping Helmeppo, the power play in that deck is you play Gecko Moria.
I think that's stupid, bro. I think that's so stupid, bro. I don't watch that. I don't like that at all.
He doesn't have like Great Eruption anymore. They've been cutting Ice Age, so now your Gecko play is you play Gecko, and then if you're playing against black, you bring like a Borsalino back. Maybe a brand new if you got it. If you're playing into another,
that ain't it.
Bro, or if you're like playing into like Red Purple Law, if you're playing like Red Purple Law, it's you Gecko, you bring back like an Absalom, and a Suru and pop a 4 cost. Like, Gecko is so weak in the deck he is named after. So
because people are like actually cutting cards that are fucking good. I don't understand these people's Geckos list, bro. They're not playing any removal and they're playing Gecko. Like, don't even fucking play the deck,
bro. Because it's like I think Gecko was insane in Gecko Moria and OP06 when we had like Great Eruption, Ice Age, and we actually were able to play Luchi. Ever since Luchi's been cut, you like that deck. Gecko pops 1 card at most.
Why are they cutting Luchi though? I don't get it, bro. Like, it makes no sense.
Bro, because that deck is already so much more bricky now that you're on like Sakazuki and Isho and all that now for your Black Yellow Luffy matchup.
No, don't fucking play Sakazuki, bro. I don't believe in that shit at all.
Anyway, moving on to our next deck. So after Gecko, who I think out of all the black leaders, I think it's very fair to say Gecko has the weakest Gecko play. Because after Gecko, it's Luchi and it's Black Yellow Luffy. Black Yellow Luffy does like a 22, 24 Dawn play or whatever off his Gecko, which is honestly egregious. I won't say it's not. I think it's egregious. He becomes a 9k leader for like the last 2 or 3 turns. He basically becomes invincible for the last few turns of the game or whatever. And outside of Nami,
like Gecko is disgusting. Gecko. The problem is like you can't just say Gecko. Okay, dude, I've won like $18,000 from like having Gecko in my deck, so I'm a little bit biased towards Gecko. But me knowing that, I know for a fact that leader is, or that character is broken, because even though only like 2 decks can abuse it, they're still always going to be like the 2 best decks in the game, or close to like the best decks in the game. And just their existence gatekeeps everything out of the format.
I disagree actually. So here's my stance. So I think Luchi without Eni's Lobby becomes a fair deck. I actually think it's fair.
No, bro.
Yeah, bro. Because now they're on Kaku and shit. They're on like, I think they're on a weaker version of Luchi that other leaders can actually compete with. So, and then Black Yellow Luffy. So I think Black Yellow Luffy he obviously gets the most value out of his Gecko play. But I also don't think Black Yellow Luffy I don't think he's so oppressive that he needs to be like touched. Like, for example, how we had like Whitebeard was the only deck, and then OP08 Red Purple Law is the only deck. I agree. Yeah. So I don't see Black Yellow Luffy as being so dominant that he needs to be touched at the moment.
But that's because Black Yellow Luffy has major flaws in terms of like how he is played, whereas Luchi doesn't.
No, I agree. So that's how I feel. I feel like it makes no sense to look at Gecko as a leader who isn't even like a top 5 leader, debatably. Because if he's not top 5 and you want to go after him, I think that's fucking stupid. And then you have Black Yellow Luffy, who is a leader with a lot of flaws, and he also has bad matchups. So it makes no sense to go after Black Yellow Luffy for me, especially because like.
But it still is a top 5 deck though. Like
that's fine, but I think so there's always gonna be 5 top decks, right? I also think though that like.
But all of them play Gecko though is the problem. Don't you see that?
No, they do not. They don't.
No, I'm saying not all of them obviously, but I'm saying
I know. You know, I mean like literally.
Black decks play Gecko, like.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. But I think
a problem, right?
I think it's fine outside of Luchi for the other decks to play Gecko. Because like Gecko, for example, Gecko plays Gecko. Who cares? I think that's whatever.
It's because they're building their deck wrong.
Bro, but they're performing well. They're performing well. Bro,
I don't believe in that for 1 second, bro. I don't believe that shit for 1 second.
And then there's Black Yellow Luffy, who has the strongest Gecko play in the game. But I think a deck that has bad match. I think if you're a top 5 deck, but you have bad matchups, then I think that's fine. I think that's a leader.
Yeah,
that's fair. Well-rounded.
Yeah. I think Black Yellow Luffy is very fair.
Yeah, I think he's incredibly fair. So it makes no sense to want to kill him. Like, I just don't get that at all. So then it brings us to Luchi, where not only is he like top 3 without debate. People argue he's the best deck in the format. I think he's second best deck in the format. But not only is he top 2 decks in the format, his Gecko play gives you 5 characters and takes 2 characters off the opponent's board and can pop as high as an 8 cost, and then he has a stage that enables him to do stupid shit. Like in that deck, Brook pops 4 costs because of Eni's Lobby and everything. I think you take Eni's Lobby from Luchi, all of a sudden Luchi becomes a lot more fair because there are a lot of sacrifices that have to be made all of a sudden.
You don't even play Brook anymore. The 3 costs.
I was gonna say because your Rebecca plays get a lot weaker because you can't play Brook anymore, which now puts you on Spanding and having the Luchi in the trash. And that means every time you do the pop off of a Rebecca with a Spanding, your trash is shrinking. Like, it's manageable, obviously, but it's a lot better than them just playing a fucking Brook and popping a 4 for free. Like,
no, I agree. Like, I'm not saying like
Oh no, that's not even targeted at you.
Yeah, I agree that the stage was a huge problem.
It was.
I still think Luchi is just good though. Like,
I think
Luchi's
he's good too.
So good.
Bro, I think he's good too. I don't disagree. I do think he's good, but I think he becomes like as good as he is supposed to be. I think he becomes good in a not oppressive way, because the way I look at ban lists, I don't think that you should ever be trying to remove a deck from the meta. I think you should just be trying to reel it back power wise so that other leaders have a fair chance competing into it. I think that Annie's lobby hit does that for Luchi. Like I think Luchi would go for it.
The only issue is, like, we keep circling back to it, is the problem with Luchi having access to Gecko is it just makes blue so much worse as a color, because like they just have, and unless blue gets strengthened and somehow with some card reveal that we just haven't seen yet, but like there's just nothing blue has for like the entirety of the game that can deal with anything black like plays. And just by keeping Gecko, it just gatekeeps blue out for at least another meta or two, you know. I think in 8.5, when they get like that Dofi support, it gets a little bit better, but like it still just loses to black, doesn't it?
I think it's fine though. So maybe hot take. I think it's fine for certain colors to be weaker into other specific colors. I do think like if you're favored into some of the colors and you're like well rounded into 5 and you lose to 1, I don't think that's bad whatsoever by any means. Nami players, you can't even like argue with this, because right now you are blue players oppressing black. You can't argue for Nami being fair. I've been wanting Gecko out for that reason. That's hypocritical as all fuck. It makes literally no sense.
You talking about me? When did I say that?
No, I said Nami. Bro, are you a Nami player? No. What?
No.
Is this what you want to tell us, Joey?
No. The issue, I have a confession. So no, the issue with the I see is like, blue doesn't have a good matchup into every color.
That's true.
That's like bad matchups into like everything.
That's literally true. That's literally true. Okay.
Like blue has just been a punching bag for like the entirety of the fucking game, dude.
I think the way you look at it though is like, outside of our top 3 black leaders, like, bro, like Perona, for example. Perona losing Gecko. First, Perona's Gecko play is already so mid. Bro, if you don't have Ryuma in trash, she doesn't even have a play.
Bro. Yeah, straight up, bro. When you said that, I was laughing in that other video. I was like, oh, he's so true, bro. It's so accurate.
And then the other day, I was trying to build Isho. Bro, I genuinely believe he's better off without. I think Sabo, A-Drop Sabo's better in that deck. Bro, and then you have like Cross, who was saying he doesn't even think Gecko belongs in like black-blue Gecko. I mean, in black-blue Rebecca. Like, and then, bro, Garb, his color combination just makes his Gecko plays weak as all fuck, dude. Like, Gecko is insane. He's insane in one specific leader. He's good in 2. Actually, he's insane in 2 black leaders. He's good in 1 black leader. And then the rest of the black leaders, they can't even really play him because...
Well, it's because those black leaders are dog shit. It's like any black...
I think it's because the best pop in the game requires you to shuffle your trash back, and none of the other black leaders are able to fill their trash in a way that let them get away with playing cards like Luchi. And they also don't have like a consistent way to get it in the trash on top of that. You know, like if I play my Luchi and I don't see like a Sakazuki or something to discard it, Luchi not only see a brick in my hand, if I want to get value out of it, now I'm forced to put him on the board, and then it's like I'm banking on you. Unless I can fill my board, I'm banking on you to put my Luchi in the trash, and then I'm banking on having another 3 cards to shuffle back with leaders that don't mill. So it's like Gecko.
So I completely agree. I completely agree with you. I want to back it up just real quick to something
about
future proofing.
Yeah,
about future proofing. So I do think that card games need to future proof in some way.
Yeah,
and Bandai hasn't done it at all.
They don't do it, bro.
At all, bro. Like,
look at Whitebeard from OPO2 to OPO4.
Yeah. So let me tell you a quick story, because I think I said this in a video, or maybe it was a live stream at one point. But when I first got into One Piece, it was OPO1, and I was like, I at that point I wasn't really familiar with the leaks or anything. Like I didn't see into OPO2. I wasn't
you hadn't found Small Hat Channel yet.
Yeah, the Small Hat Channel didn't even exist yet until I had to wipe you down over at Cocoa Beach. Once I waxed you, you're like, I'm about to make it. No, but yeah, Small Hat didn't exist yet. That's where I get my news from. Okay. And obviously my Discord too. And I was like, you know what they should do is like all the leaders that are out right now, they should just give them like tiny little support, you know, and maybe in addition to some leaders next set, and then just keep giving old leaders support in the next set, and then the next set, and the next set. And then they came out with set 2, and they didn't give anyone support. They gave Dopey a fucking 4/6 Gecko Moria like vanilla. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Maybe set 3 they'll like support the other leaders. Now it's like it's been 2 sets now, and then set 3 comes out and they haven't supported any. Like it took until EVO 1 to give like 3 decks fucking support that were actually like good.
That is so
obviously that's an exaggeration.
Disingenuous to say, bro. Blurple Kaido got his support in OPO4.
Oh yeah, he got the who's who. You're right. Yeah. But anyway, like real support, bro. Like real support. So like at a certain point, Bandai does need to future-proof the game, and not only limit the cards that have just terrible design for future cards, right? Which is, in my opinion, Nami is a terribly designed leader. It's fucking boring. If you're gonna, and let me finish this one through real quick. If you're gonna have an alternate leader, like an alternate win condition leader, at least make it fun. At least make it fucking fun. Like make it like Exodia, bro. Like that. Like Nami is not Exodia.
I will say, just to interject for a quick second.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Bandai maybe didn't have the foresight to realize what Nami would devolve into, which is actually like so incompetent. 'Cause I think anybody. But I don't think they realized that she would devolve into Solitaire. Because, bro, look at the cards they printed alongside her. They're like, and then you're gonna rush Usopp, you're gonna mill 7, and then you're gonna hit them with the Zap.
That's cool. If Nami was playing like aggro with like Usopps and shit, that'd be funny, bro. Like I wouldn't mind that. But like the counter shit is so lame. So like not only do they need to future proof it, to get back to what I was saying just real quick, like they need to future proof the game, but they also need to like in the future release like a roadmap, or at least like have a roadmap to support some of these leaders that are been so bad for so long. And like that's what the ban list should be. It's like Black Blue has never been good ever. How about instead of making a Black Blue leader, we just release cards that can deal with a fucking Gecko Moria? That way we don't even have to ban Gecko Moria. Even, you know, they could if they want to, but like they can like restrict Gecko Moria, or they could just make other colors be able to catch up in terms of power.
What do you mean?
What they did with red. Bro, what they did with red.
They literally went, Blue's never been good. We're gonna give them a leader that has to get banned. He's gonna run 42 black cards and 8 blue cards.
Yeah, that's the issue. So like they're just doing an awful job at balancing, and that's what the point of the ban list should be.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You're exactly right. The ban list should be like making decks more fair and not just completely fucking eviscerating them. And they're just not doing that. That's why, bro, Bandai is so bad at making decisions. It's bro. And did you see the new Law card, bro?
Bro, he's unplayable. He's unplayable.
It's worse than Blue Black Sakazuki. Like it's somehow even fucking worse, bro. How is that possible? Someone tell me. You bottom deck your own fucking Gordon and play something else from hand.
Like bottom decking the opponent's shit to begin with, though. Let's be so real,
bro. Like, why do you have to bottom deck your own 1 cost? That shit is awful, bro.
So I do also think that they should be going back supporting other leaders, bro. Like Blurple Croc, why has he been bad for as long as he's been bad? That shit makes no sense. Why has he been unplayable since OPO1?
I have no hope. I have no hope at this point, bro.
No, I do. I think they're, bro. That new Luffy, that you were shitting on Twitter, bro. You tweeted.
So ass, bro.
You tweeted. I went to like it and then I read it. I was like, oh, I don't agree with that.
Bro, Don -1, draw a card. That card is ass.
He has rush.
So what?
Bro,
that doesn't do anything.
Bro, that means that Blurple Croc has finally gained a rusher that doesn't minus half my fucking Dawn and my leader that can't ramp.
Bro,
and he replaces himself.
I'll take mid cards for 500, please. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That card is so mid. If you play it, you're actually like running it down mid, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna play that card. I'm gonna run that shit. I'm gonna make it work, bro. I might even try to high roll and try to play it all Sanji.
If you play it, bro, you will never make it to the pro circuit if you fucking play that card. That card is so ass, bro. It's so ass.
I think so. There are also, so based on my comment section, so people wanted Gecko banned. If he was gone, I wouldn't even care, because like I said, I think there's 2 different ways to go about it. Either you ban him the future proof, which if they were to ban him, I just see it as a future proof ban, so no complaints there. Or you keep him in the game and then you ban him once he does become a problem. But like you were saying, Bandai's so bad at future, bro. Like you look at OPO2, we got Whitebeard. So this, I think, is a testament to how bad their decision making is. We got Whitebeard in OPO2. And he dominated OPO2, and then they didn't ban him. And then he dominated OPO3, and they didn't ban him. So then he dominated OPO4, and they finally banned him like the last month of OPO4. And it's like, not only was it a bad decision to wait that long to address him as a leader, because they kept trying to do all these little ban lists that were hurting the other red leaders more than they were hurting him, because Whitebeard always found a way regardless. But on top of that, because they wouldn't ban Whitebeard, they were like, okay, well, Whitebeard's tier 0, so we got to be careful with the red cards you release, because he'll play them.
It's like the meme. It's like, are you going to ban Whitebeard? And it's like, no, I don't think I will.
they're like, we can't buff Whitebeard. He's already a problem. All right, so Red, what are we giving you in OPO3? And it's like, what about all this ace support? What about all this ace? That shit was obviously terrible. So Red gained nothing in OPO3. First, Red gained nothing in OPO2 because all the red support was meant for Whitebeard. So if you're on a Whitebeard, if you were a red leader, you were fucking starving. Like, the best card was actually Marco.
It comes in waves from what I've seen. It's like what Bandai seems to be doing, like the pattern is they make one deck insanely fucking broken and then they just don't give it any support for like 3 sets in a row or 4 sets and just make it obsolete and then just make another deck kind of broken. Because if you think about it, red was like that for most of the set, and now it's going into black and yellow. Black and yellow are like insanely over supported right now.
Green will never get its day.
Yeah, bro, green and blue have like not gotten shit, bro. They just keep releasing like more shitty leaders, and they're like, "How about this Buggy? You guys want Buggy?"
Because imagine you're a red leader, and imagine you're a red player, and you don't like the Whitebeard playstyle. So OPO2, you haven't gained a leader. OPO3, you print another red leader. They share the Whitebeard tag, so every time the ban list comes for Whitebeard, Ace is getting his fucking limbs chopped off. And then all the support for Ace also was like locked to Ace and Whitebeard. So like if you're on mono red Luffy, you gain nothing in OPO2, you gain nothing in OPO3. We move into OPO4. Red gets fucking Vivian Alabasta. So that's another support. That's another set where Red gains no support and literally an unplayable leader. There was 3 blue leaders in OPO4. There's 1 red leader.
I remember you saying that shit was gonna be so good. I was like, this shit looks ass, bro.
Then we move into OPO5. The red support is fucking Revolutionary Army. So that's another set.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah.
Then we move into OPO6. We gain 2 more Revolutionary Army cards, and then we gain fucking red film. So
what, bro, it's just like they release an archetype, make it as mid or shitty as possible, and then release a new archetype with none of the cards splashable, bro. It's crazy. Like how are they doing this? Like it makes no sense.
Red is literally Red. I think has had the worst drought as far as getting support goes out of like any color.
Yeah, but now you guys have have that fucking Goldie Rod, bro. That card is insane, bro.
Shanks, I think I'm playing Shanks in OPO6. I think I'm playing Shanks at OPO6. If not, maybe Red Purple Luffy. Oh yeah, OPO6. Yeah, OPO2. My bad.
He's gonna go and play Shanks in Korea when they finally get on OPO6.
Come in there with my cards.
Yeah, like 2 years.
Yeah, so I think it's a testament to how bad the decision making is. They took forever to ban Whitebeard. Because they wouldn't ban Whitebeard, Red got so much mid support. Red literally has not been a viable color outside of like Whitebeard until OPO9. OPO9, that's fucking egregious. That is literally more than like, that is the majority of the game's lifespan. The majority of the game's lifespan, Red has not been good outside of Whitebeard. So I think that's a testament to like,
bro, I mean, Zoro's still good. Zoro like got top 4 at Nats, so like that, I still think Zoro's been
there. Yeah, there's Zoro. There is Zoro. But I think that's a testament to why like I don't think you ban Gecko, because I think that there's 2 ways to look at Gecko. And again, it's either you ban him for the future proof, but I have no faith in Bandai's ability to future proof the game. So I think if I'm looking at it from the Bandai perspective, the way I look at it is the reason I knew Gecko would not get hit is because they're not going to try to future proof the game. Gecko's going to be a problem. And then after Gecko has been broken for like 4 sets, then they'll finally touch him then. That's when Gecko finally gets touched. So that was Gecko's one of the cards people complained about not getting hit. The other card people complained about was Rebecca. I think Rebecca maybe eventually warrants some form of restriction. It's unfortunate too. I don't
think Rebecca deserves to get banned. I was just trolling on my Twitter posts. Rebecca doesn't do anything on its own.
Rebecca, so she doesn't do anything on her own. Also, I think the argument for Rebecca is the same as it is for Gecko. I think she's only broken in 1 leader. In Luchi, Rebecca turns into 3 bodies with a blocker.
She was broken in Sakazuki and then Luchi. That's about it.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Just the way I look at it, she was broken in Sakazuki, but then they banned Sakazuki. So now it's only Luchi, but now Luchi just got hit. Like, I think Rebecca is one of the easiest cards to balance because Rebecca herself isn't always a problem.
I think she's balanced right now, right? Like, she doesn't do anything on her own. Like, I don't think people aren't even playing for Rebecca and Luchi. Like, they're playing like 3.
Yeah, even in Gecko, you play 2 or 3, and bro, your Luchi, your Rebecca plays in Gecko are so fucking bad.
Bro, they're so mid, bro.
Bro, you're playing so Brook. It's like, all right, I got my Rebecca. I'm about to cheat up my Brook in a deck that has no great Eruption. For some reason, we don't play Helmeppo anymore.
I'm telling you, bro, they're playing it wrong, bro. I'm gonna play a black deck with no removal, bro.
literally in Gecko, it's like you go leader ability. You play, if your opponent is at 5 cards in hand, you play a leader ability, you play the Perona to minus, and then you play the Rebecca to play the Brook to pop like a 4 cost.
Bro, I don't care if fucking Guan Rong is playing that deck, bro. It's not like I'm not losing that bullshit.
Literally, so that's why I don't think that Rebecca warranted a ban. People were upset in the comment section about like Luchi not getting banned, 4 cost Luchi. I think I could actually see that going, honestly. I could have saw that. If that would have gotten restricted, I would have been okay with it. Because realistically, it is kind of what makes Gecko kind of broken. Yeah, so like, but then again, like if that card goes, then black kind of also sucks. I don't think so because it's only Luchi. So this is the reason I don't think that 4-cost Luchi was the correct hit. The reason I say that is because I think if Luchi, the card himself, was the problem, then I think every black leader would be trying to leverage that card. But we're currently in a meta.
Every black leader that can, it does.
Yeah, but no, I don't disagree with that. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But then again, it's like, how many black leaders can?
Well, we just talked about that earlier in the video where you were talking about how the best form of removal comes from like leveraging Luchi. Yeah. So like the decks that can play Luchi are obviously going to be the best ones. So the people that can play Luchi are the best black decks. So realistically speaking, if the best decks are the ones that can play Luchi, if you cut Luchi, then I don't know, like black becomes kind of just bad.
I agree with that because I do agree with that. But so the way I look at it is like the black decks that can play Luchi will play Luchi, right? But we're also in a meta where one black deck plays Luchi because one of them, bro, you don't know how many times I want to put Luchi back in Gecko.
Bro, Gecko should play Luchi at least as a 2-of, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm putting Luchi back in. But also
I think it's crazy, bro. It's just like situationally way better. Like I don't understand how like it's a brick, yeah, but there's so many ways of getting rid of it. I don't understand it, bro.
Yeah,
I'll never understand this generation.
I was born in the wrong generation.
I should have
been born in OPO1.
Yeah, sir.
You'd be too young to play the game. But
I'm about to go to Korea, bro.
The thing is, like, 4-cost Luchi, he's a problem in Luchi. No other black leaders playing him. Gecko arguably maybe should be playing him, but they're not. But then it's like you outside of those 2 leaders, bro. If One Piece has like 20 black leaders, 2 of them can play Luchi. So
well, that's the problem with like the old design because like because they didn't future-proof the game, all the other leaders just are bad at fueling the trash. But leaders that can fuel the trash are actually good at playing Luchi and Gecko.
I think
they work hand in hand. That's why if you think about it, the best leaders that play Gecko, or I'm sorry, the best leaders that can leverage Luchi are the leaders that were made in OPO5 when Luchi came out, like or in the future. Yeah. Because like now they're starting to rely more on Luchi. If there were 20 black decks that could all fill the trash, Luchi would be fucking insane in every single one of them.
He would be insane. Yeah. But I think because the game wasn't future proof, that's why I don't think Luchi's the hit. Because I think if you're gonna gun after one specific deck, I would much rather see Eni's lobby go than see Luchi go. Is the thing. Because I don't think you need to take 2 cards from Luchi.
I could see both of them going.
You think I think that's overkill at that point, though, right?
It might be overkill. I could see both of them going to like 2. I think. I
also see it as overkill to the extent like I think if you take Luchi, I think like Luchi leader dies.
I think black has come to a point, and this is a person that plays black. I think black has come to a point where it's kind of rubbing people the wrong way.
It definitely is.
Because like black has been good in set 5 it was decent in set 4 because Rebecca, people were like coping on Rebecca.
Yeah,
and Rebecca got some tops. It was mid. Yeah, that's what I said. It was decent.
Yeah,
it was decent in set 4, which everyone was okay with. Set 5, it was broken. Set 6, it was broken. Set 7, it's broken, and then set 8, it was kind of broken. So like,
no,
it's
set
had
8.
4 sets.
Set 8 is just red purple law, my friend.
Well, Luchi is like the second best deck, and red like the second best deck in a tier 0 format is pretty good.
Yeah, like, but also you gotta look at like when the second best deck. Because the drop off is so massive. Like when the best deck is like 80% of the meta.
Yeah, but Luchi still has won like at least like 3 or 4 big tournaments over there, I think.
No, he has. Either way, so the way I look at it is, I think because the game wasn't future proof, Luchi's not the problem. I think if they start future proofing moving forward and black leaders get better at leveraging Luchi as a card, then at that point Luchi is the hit. I think until that does happen though, that's why I don't think that you do take Luchi. Because I think banning or restricting Luchi from Luchi leader to me is the equivalent of people saying that like instead of banning Gecko and Sabo, instead of banning Gecko and Black Yellow Luffy, you ban Sabo. Bro, I think that
was such a fucking stupid take, bro. Who said that, by the way? Bro, if you ban Sabo, you might like
unplayable.
At least if you ban Gecko, they can do like some type of shit like Trevor was saying, like you can play like Kuzan or something like that. If you ban Sabo, bro, that deck is awful.
bro, I become
that deck is awful.
Picture this. So we keep Gecko in the game and we ban Sabo. I'm on Black Yellow Luffy. I do like a Gecko play. I become a 9k leader with no blocker.
And then they just play 15 at life and you're like, all right.
I have no blocker. So I go, all right. Swing 15. Yeah, drop 7k.
And bro, God forbid you have something stronger than 5k out on the board.
Drop. Swing. It's like, all right, so I'm just gonna load up my leaders. Swing. Do you have 7k counter?
Bro,
oh, funny
enough. Literally, bro, if you guys want to know a fucking scenario of what Black Yellow Luffy is like without Sabo, I was playing at locals in a Black Yellow Luffy mirror match, and I had a 5-cost Luffy on the board, and this guy doesn't have a Sabo, but he goes to a 9k leader with 7 cards in hand, and then I was like, he goes pass. And I go, okay, activate Luffy's effect, swing 18 at life. And he goes, damn, you got it. I'm like, what do you think was going to happen? Like, it was turn 3.
Bro, that's why like, literally, Sabo is... being a 9k leader is good. No one's going to debate that. But if I don't have a fucking blocker, it doesn't matter, right?
Bro, it's so bad, bro. Like,
because look at it too. Look at it like now where like Gecko, his whole thing is like he's playing Ishos and Gecko Morias and all that. If everything was exactly the same and Gecko was already doing that, it's like, all right, you're a 9k leader, swing with Gecko, swing with Isho, 15k lead. Like, bro, literally, it is the fact you're a 9k leader hiding behind 1 or 2 blockers. That is what makes that good.
Well, you know what's funny is Black Yellow Luffy kind of does the Whitebeard strategy where if you go too low, then they counter out. If you go too high, they just block. It's fucking annoying.
It's annoying as all fuck. But yeah, so that's how I picture like, I think you ban Sabo, you take Luffy's legs. That's how I picture taking Luchi from Luchi. Funnily enough.
I agree. I think if you ban Luchi or limit Luchi, like the 4-cost Luchi, I feel like it would actually just fix every black deck. Like, funny enough.
Bro, it would only fix then, like your 2 black decks. There's only 2 black decks play it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like your Gecko play is like Borsalino. Like,
I don't think Gecko cares honestly because you just fall back on Absalom, right? There's Absalom.
That's fine. Yeah, which is fair. That's what I'm saying. It's completely fair.
Yeah, no,
and that's why Gecko isn't that good right now. It's because people are only playing Absalom for whatever fucking reason. I don't know, bro.
Has your comment section given you any like takes about cards that they think should have been banned that didn't? That you
I haven't been able to read it because I was coaching basically right after I made the video.
Joey doesn't read his comments. He doesn't give a fuck about the viewers.
Bro, I read my comments too much.
Bro, everybody unsubscribe from Heart Pirates right now.
Bro, before I started banning people from commenting, bro, I used to get fucking fire on me, dog. Bro, there'd be like 20 people with machine guns ready to fucking eviscerate me in the comments. And it'd be some shit I was right about too, is a funny thing.
Every time. Bro, you don't know, like people when Tempest Kick was revealed and then like Great Eruption got banned, people were like, all right, who gives a fuck? Gecko's just gonna play. He's just gonna play Tempest. I was like, no, he's not. I'd be like, you're fucking stupid. It's like, what? Is Gecko playing Tempest Kick now? Am I missing something?
Yeah, show me. I want, like, the only opinion of someone I'll respect is if, like, they're actually good at the game. If they're good at the game, then but like, there's no way to prove it unless you're like, hey, I am, you know,
hey, I'm Chris Sock.
Yeah, I'm Chris Sock. Like, if Chris Sock said something, I'd be like, all right, I'll listen to Chris Sock. I'll like listen to what, I'm not gonna like fold to his opinion, but I'll listen to what he has to say. But like, if you're like some random person that comments who like doesn't know anything about the game, and you're like telling me or you something, I'm like, who are you to tell me differently? Like,
bro,
like respectfully, like, who are you, bro?
Bro, when the Nami player gets mad at me, for like saying that Nami, like, some matchups auto losing her, like if you're on Bonnie because you're too slow, you're on Anel, you're too slow, you're on Gecko, you're too slow, and then the Nami player.
That's what I said in my video, right?
Yeah, and then bro, if the Nami player argues like, well, I lose those matches, like, you're bad at Nami. Is I don't know what to tell you, bro.
It's like, I don't know how, but yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. It's as simple as that. There are also, we already talked about Sokka. Some people believe Boat could have came back. What's your take on that?
That's interesting. I was under the impression that I thought Boat could come back, and then Trevor raised a really good point. I don't know. I think Trevor said this.
He was like, because he switched my side too.
Yeah, it turns Izo into an attacker too, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about, because Izo wasn't out back in the day.
Yeah.
Plus, it's also searchable too, is the problem. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think it can, because it just turns everything too big. It turns everything too big. Like, it turns, like he said, Jozu. That was already a problem. Like, rush fucking Jozu for 7K. Yeah. You know, turns Ace into a 9K, and now, bro, with the fucking Goldie Roger coming out, bro, you just drop it down and just have like all these big ass attacks like on top of it, bro. There's just no way. No way.
When we got to Moby Dick, I was going to say Moby can come back, and then literally Trevor gave his take, and I was like, Trevor gave his take, and I was like, you know what?
I really like Trevor. I like the way his head is with this game, even though he is like a fucking biased like Whitebeard player at the end of the day. Like, he does give some good points. I will say that.
Bro,
I respect what he has to say.
He gave his take, and I was like, all right, wait a minute. Maybe Moby can't come back. And then when Colin, I was like, I'll wait to hear what Colin has to say. And when Colin was like, I don't see how the game benefits from it coming back, I was like, yeah, no, that card stays banned. Like, there's no reason to bring it back.
Yeah, I forgot Colin said that too. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
When Trevor said that Izo becomes an attacker for 1 Dawn, and then like beyond the 1 Dawn, once he said like Izo swings 7K with Makino, I was like, yeah, no, get that shit out of here. No, get it out. What are your thoughts on Great Eruption not coming back? I don't think it should have.
Yeah, I think so. Like, if we're going off of other card games, I come from Yu-Gi-Oh, where they banned Upstart Goblin.
Yeah, I knew it.
So like, yeah, they banned Upstart Goblin, and all it did was draw a card. Whereas like, Great Eruption draws a card and also puts characters and thresholds like too easily. Honestly, funny enough, I think if they banned Great Eruption in set 5, I think Sakazuki would have been pretty mid. I don't think Sakazuki could have beat Purple Luffy, because Purple Luffy was the only, like, Great Eruption and Houndblaze was like the only thing we could do to like get rid of Magellan and like their like 5 drops and shit, like, consistently. I think it's fair for it to not to come back. I think Tempest Kick is objectively just a worse Great Eruption.
It is,
because it is really hard to actually get 10 cards in the trash against certain matchups, specifically Red Purple Law. And whenever I coach people, I'm like, bro, with Red Purple Law, if you go aggro, they like never have access to Tempest Kick, and sometimes they don't have access to trash to even KO your shit. So it's like, you know, Tempest Kick is just not nearly as good. Whereas like, if you played against RP Law as Gecko, it was like almost unwinnable as RP Law, even with Kid and Killer, because every turn they can just plus off of killing your shit. They can establish a body and then draw a card to replace it and cycle their deck and kill something you have. It was just really good.
Yeah, I will say, Great Eruption, because Great Eruption, like, as a guy that plays Gecko, as a guy that, you know, plays Black, obviously, if you're just letting bias do everything, I'd bring Great Eruption back in a heartbeat. But I think it's one of those things too, where you look at it, it's like, Great Eruption is banned, and there are like 3 black decks in the meta. Like, without Great Eruption, And then also it goes to show you like how unnecessary it was too, because like to circle back to your Sokka point, if they had banned it, I think Sokka players would have found a way, because you have to remember too, like I think in OPO6, once Sokka players had a reason to not play Great Eruption and they start experimenting with other builds.
Well, that was with Gecko though. Like that was with Gecko.
Yeah, but that was the thing. Like once they had an incentive to experiment with other builds, bro, Stage just worked. Stage, I think Sokka.
Stage was better. I think Stage was better in Sokka than Great Eruption personally. I think in set 5, I think Black's card pool was still too limited to really to really capitalize on not running not running Eruption, because like Sokka already had a big problem with card advantage because they had to use 2 cards every single time to kill something, right? So it had to be like Great Eruption, Ice Age plus this, or Rebecca Hina Luchi, or whatever it is. But like if you get rid of Great Eruption, then it's like you have to go like Ice Age into Hound Blaze, or like hard play Hina, hard play Luchi. Like it's just like you just run out of card advantage like really quickly.
I do think like again Gecko, I think it just comes back to future, because like if Black leaders, it's so crazy. Black leaders are so bad at fueling trash. Bro, why is... And then you look at a 2K like Sindri, it's like, oh shit, I'll splash this into fuel my Gecko. I'm just gonna mill 5. And it's like, you look at Sindri and she's leader locked, and you look at Gecko and he's not.
It makes no sense, bro. It really doesn't make sense. Like this has already been a video I've made like I think twice now, but like Bandai has been so bad at like knowing what they're coming out with in future sets that like they just have no synergy. Like cards from one set ago don't have synergy with cards in the in the new set. Like it just doesn't make sense. And that's why unless a leader is completely generic, I don't think it's going to be that good. Like anytime they release a leader that's like not generic, it's just going to be bad, because there's just not enough support for any color to like have something like that, Any
final thoughts or anything that you want to close out on, Joey?
No, I want to say, bro, like I would love to just consult with Bandai. Like if they just had like their top 10 creators on YouTube for like per language, I guess. Obviously I'd be one of them. You'd probably be one of them too in terms of like views. Like I wish they would just like have like a summit, like a 5 Kage summit or some shit, and just like ask people like what's going on, because they just have no fucking idea. And it sucks, because this game is awesome. Like I love this game. This game's won me a ton of money. I have I'm literally doing this full time and I want it to succeed, but there's just like constantly doing shit that like just doesn't make sense. Like I feel like they're just not thinking it through. And there's no one from Bandai watching this, obviously, because no one gives a fuck. But if they ever were watching, like please just like hit us up, bro. Like
it's funny too.
For free, bro. I will consult, bro, for free.
When you say 5 Kage Summit, I picture like there's the mountains, and then there's like our faces on it and shit, bro. And I picture your face, and I think of like episode 1 of Naruto where people are going up there with fucking paint buckets and shit.
Fuck off. Bro says that has like half the subscribers that I have.
Bro, I don't know. I don't got enemies.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I'm definitely got some ops, bro.
If you're not already subscribed to the Small Hat Crew, go ahead and do so. If you're not already subscribed to Heart Pirates, I don't think that changes. If you are subscribed, maybe we need to fix that. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Joey. Always appreciate it. We should probably we say it all the time. We literally do just need to shoot the shit on video more often.
Yeah. Bro, every time we do a video, we're gonna do like a 20-30 minute video. Bro, it turns out to be like an hour, like 10 minutes.
I didn't know you were fluent in Japanese.
Yeah. All right, bro. Always a pleasure, man. Take it easy.
Until next time. See you guys.